Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. You know, this show could be a very, very, very odd soap opera. Very odd soap opera. They have things in this episode where it's like, you can tell that they needed to pad the living ish out of this episode. Zende and Daphne and Finn had probably the most pointless parts in this episode. Okay? The only thing that Finn did was contemplating and working up the courage and the nerve to sit there and tell Steffi that Luna is his daughter. That was it. That was his whole point on being on this episode. There was no other point of him being there. Zende and Daphne's whole point was to sit there and tell Steffi and Taylor that Ridge is in closed doors with Brooke. That was it. They had no point of being there other than that. That was it. That was the bottom line. That was it. Now you go to Hope, Carter, and at some point, Ridge, right? You know, yesterday, well, today I was looking at the episode yesterday, looking at the comments and stuff like that of the video that was actually on YouTube. And some people are like, I'm team Hope, I'm team Hope. And here's the thing. While Hope has some good points, okay, she definitely did. And I said this in my live stream yesterday. She has some good points. Overall, she comes across as such a manipulator. Such a goddamn manipulator. It is incredible. You know, you saw it yesterday when she knew what was going on. She knew they was going to reconcile. She knew that he was already feeling bad for what he did. And she decides to pop her little ass up and be like, hey, what's going on? Like, you don't know what's going on. Are you kidding me right now? So, today, she's not there working her magic, making sure that Carter doesn't go back to, well, one, having a conscience, two, not sitting there thinking with a second brain, and three, just basically sitting there saying that I'm not gonna go back, I'm not gonna sit there and go backwards, I'm not going to answer to them. Okay, cool. Don't answer to them. Go to another fashion house. Go to another fashion place. It's LA. This is when Ridge was like, listen, if they didn't like the company, didn't like the Ridge direction it was going, they could have went somewhere else. Right? Now, while she's doing all that, and Carter's like, first of all, like, Carter, at some point, are you going to go to a damn urgent care and, like, take care of that hand? You doing all, I mean, I know it's a soap opera, okay? But certain little things, I'm just like, so we just going to act like, like, you're not worried about getting an infection? Nothing? Okay, cool. And of course, Carter's like, listen, we proved our point. We don't have to do this. I feel bad. I feel awful. Again, if this is the woman that you love, if this is the one that loves you, if she loves you, and she knows that you're going through a crisis of conscience or whatever, a real woman will sit there and stand by you. A real woman will sit there and show you how much they love you, regardless of, listen, I don't think this is best for the company, but I think this is best for you. But Hope's not a real one, though. Hope is not a real one. Hope is the type of person that is about hope and what you can do for Hope. And the minute you can't sit there and do what's good for Hope, she bails. She did it with Thomas multiple times, and again, this is when Ridge is sitting there saying, when Brooke is like, well, Hope is in love with Carter. And Ridge is like, oh, you mean just like how she was in love with Thomas? Because, he's halfway across the world, right? Is that the type of love that your daughter gives? Brooke, the infamous doormat. The infamous doormat. Ridge has some concerns. He's like, hey, listen, I don't like what your daughter's doing. Carter clearly is feeling bad, but your daughter, you know, it's like she keeps pushing him. Brooke is about Brooke. Brooke is like, yeah, I mean, you know, this is all bad and everything like that. Can we talk about other stuff? Because, like, I really want you back. And, you know, she starts in with the boot licking, the ass kissing, and being like, I want you back, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, sometimes I wonder if television knows how to balance when it comes towards women empowerment. Okay, because I've seen it go completely left, where it's like, okay, I get it, I am woman, hear me roar. But then I see this show, and it's like they go completely backwards, you know? I get that people don't like Brooke, but, like, I feel like, you know, when Tammy was saying, like, you know, these women are always needing a man's approval, you know, and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, she is pathetic. And the thing is, when I sit there and say this stuff, I don't say this to be malice. I don't enjoy saying this stuff about Brooke. I can tear somebody down. Don't get me wrong. I can rip somebody to shreds, and, you know, as far as a character is concerned, when I think that they're just total trash and just a terrible person. And I don't think that Brooke is a terrible person. But Brooke, here's the thing. Brooke is the type of woman that no other woman should be. She is desperate. She generally tends to put her own feelings, her own emotions about the welfare of even her daughter. You know, Bridget, she slept with Deacon and got Hope because she didn't give a damn about Bridget. That's the type of woman, and of course, it was about a man, right? It was about a man. She wanted what she wanted and didn't give a damn about anything else. You know, she's begging a man to sit there and come back who, because Ridge got upset that Brooke did something that he didn't like, he ran into the arms of another woman. And she calls him out on that, but then she still begs for him back. And he just walks off and leaves. That's not something that any woman should sit there and aspire up to be. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Listen, if you get nothing out of this review, get nothing out of this 8 or 9 minute video, just understand something. And I said this before. Do not ever, ever, ever let a man determine your value. Because when you do that, you become a Brooke Logan. You become a Brooke Logan. And I don't think that's something that any woman should aspire up to be. Now, Steffi and Taylor, they just have a, I don't know, conversation about Finn and Ridge, and, you know, Taylor gives Brooke some props or whatever, but it ultimately doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It's kind of a pointless scene. The only stuff that was actually worth anything was Ridge and Brooke and Hope and Carter. Everything else is background noise or fluff. I wanted to do a review yesterday, but Tuesdays is such a hard day to sit there and do any sort of reviews. You know, that I often have to sit there and question, should I do reviews or should I do a live stream? Because at least with a live stream, I can sit there and give people my opinions on Bold, on Y&R, on Days. Because I may not have the time to do it and do a live stream. And I think that people just generally tend to enjoy the live streams because you can ask me a question about how I feel about the episode or whatever that particular time if you watch the episode. But, I don't know. I always sit there and weigh it out. Always weigh it out. That's pretty much about it. That's the only things I could sit there and think of. Now, I will be doing a live stream tonight from 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific for an hour, because I do have to work the next day. But I will be sitting there doing a live stream for an hour, and I'll be talking about all 4 of the shows. I also picked up another show, and I'm going to be probably promote this show as well. It's a British show called Hollyoaks. If you're, the sad thing is, and I'm not going to really get too much into it, but the sad thing is, though, Hollyoaks is a half an hour long. It is just as long, actually it's 20 minutes without the commercials and stuff. It's on YouTube. You can sit there and watch it on YouTube. B&B is also 20 minutes long, 18 give or take. They both have the same time frame. And yet Hollyoaks managed to put in so much more story than B&B does. It's like Hollyoaks actually takes the 20 minutes and uses it, while B&B will just have either the same recycled conversations, dead-end conversations that go nowhere, maybe one or max 2 actual scenes that are important. And that's about it. But, that's literally it. And then the next day, they'll sit there and recycle that conversation. Sometimes, at one point, I sat there and said that, B&B should be an hour long. And I still do think that B&B should be an hour long. But then when I watch Hollyoaks, it's like, Hollyoaks does everything in 20 minutes. And if B&B has to take an hour to do something that should take 20 minutes, we have a problem. We have a problem. At some point, I'll probably start reviewing Hollyoaks. And of course, The Gates is coming out, so I'll be doing The Gates as well. So that'll be 6 soap operas. So I will probably start to announce a bit of changes, and I don't mean huge changes. I mean, like, if I'm doing a live stream, it used to be at 8. And if I'm doing all 6 of the shows, it'll probably maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock, but we will talk about that as the week goes and unfolds, and, we'll go from there. Anyway, that's much all I got. Let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are about B&B today. Did you enjoy it? What did you like about it? What did you dislike about it? And again, if you take nothing else, just take the fact that you don't want to be like Brooke Logan. Do not ever let a man give you a value. Ever. Okay? And this is coming from a man. Okay? So I'm saying, like, let's just keep this 100. Alright, I'll see you in the next video.